I have a great story.
Go
Well,
ahead.
one of the guys that actually never worked for me, but I have an interesting personal relationship with, is Sinbad.
Okay.
You know Sinbad, the stand-up
Yeah.
comic and movie star.
Uh-huh.
I had a stalker. There was this young guy that wanted to be a comic. He would come to my club all the time, and he would always ask me questions, and I was there helping people. We had an open mic. We actually had a school in the club on Monday nights to help people learn to be comics. And this guy, it wanted to do something, and I was also a very honest producer, and I said, no, you're not funny enough yet. You need more experience. And I got this 4-page letter. I'm not kidding, LeTroy. 4 pages handwritten, and in the beginning of the letter, he was threatening my life, threatened to burn down the club, uh, was calling me every name in the book. And by the end of the 4 pages, he loved me. He thought show business was his future, and he was very appreciative of all the help I gave him.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's a nutcase, right? So put that aside. About a year goes by, and I'm working the club, and I get a phone call, and my staff answers the phone and says, Sinbad's on the phone. I go, Sinbad, the comic and movie star? What's he want with me?
Yeah.
And I pick up the phone, and Sinbad goes, hey, this is Sinbad. And I go, wow, hey, thanks for calling. I used to work with a lot of celebrities, so I didn't gush all over him. I was very professional. And I said, how can I help you, sir? And he said, well, I've got this weird 6-page letter from a guy. And in the beginning of the letter, he's stalking me and he's threatening to kill me. And he gets very descriptive, calls me every name in the book. And by the end of the letter, he's telling me how much he loves me as an actor and how he looks up to me as a stand-up comic. And I said, yeah, I know that guy. And Sinbad was very concerned. He didn't know if he should call the FBI or report it. And I said, look, I know this guy. He's a little whacked, but he's harmless. He sent me the same type of letter. I would just ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, wow, I was really concerned. Thank you so much. And I'm going to take your advice and assume that, my life is safe. But we had a nice phone conversation, but it was a little interesting because it was based on this wacko and these letters. Well, now fast forward about 5 years, and Sinbad was performing at another club in town, and I had gone to meet with the manager of that club for different business, and not knowing Sinbad was there. And I walk in, and the manager says, come on into my office. And sitting in the office was Sinbad. And I, of course, you can't help but recognize this guy, right? He's done several movies,
Right.
great comedy star on TV. And I said, oh, Sinbad, great to meet you. And, and he was, puffing up a little bit and a little bit of that showbiz. Yeah. All right. Nice to meet you. Like he could give a rat's ass.
Right.
And I said, we have a personal connection. And he goes, and he kind of gives me this query look. And I go, remember the guy that threatened your life? And he goes, oh, Scott. Oh, yeah. And then it was like we were best friends, right? He went from being this kind of, don't bother me, I'm the star kind of thing to, wow, you really helped me. And that was so difficult. And I was scared and you did it. Oh, and we sat and talked for about half an hour. It was hilarious. But he never actually worked my club. But I have a very personal connection with Sinbad as we were both life threatened.